Good morning, everybody. Let's get to it. Give me 1 second. We'll be good to go. The whole room. Yep, should be done in a minute. Keep talking to myself. Give me a second, guys. We'll be ready to rock and roll. All right. Let's just jump to it. I don't have time for the fancy opening. It's going to cut into our time today. So I'm behind. So let's just do it. Do it. Let's go. All right. Let's put on the blue light glasses. Let's rock and roll. The good camera broke again. So it's just absolutely crazy. This thing's freaking $800. It never works. If we look at the ES here, and I'm going to get rid of the RSI. I want to make sure you got the right mic too, because it's been doing all kinds of weird stuff. Them internets, they've been sneaking up on me. You've hit that value high. There's our resistance. And now we're at this spot where here is your point of control. You really do not want to break that. And I'm not so sure what we're getting with the jobs numbers today. And I'm not so sure, which is 10 o'clock. And I'll just, for time's sake, what I'll do is I'll just grab that off the internet so I can show it to you real quick. So we don't, I learned that this automatically cuts and pastes. They're crazy, these internets. So you can see it right here. So that's what you're going to get, this jobs data today. If you ever, I got to put this out there because people are like, I emailed you. I'm like, I don't know who you're emailing because I don't even read the damn email. There is is this it? Is this the one that has it? Let me see if this has it. This has it. Just email the concierge. Where did that go? That's it, right? That'll do it. If nothing, you're entertained. All right. So just watch. You have job openings at 10 o'clock. 7-2 is the number. More jobs is good. But I had somebody like reach out to me yesterday on Twitter, like, I emailed you. I'm like, good for you. Like, I don't even read the email. I literally don't have, I just don't have the time. But anyway, if you need something, email that because then he'll reach out to me. That department will actually reach out to me. Department, it's 2 guys. Department. Anyway, so you want to watch this and you want to watch the point of control. They're your big levels. They're your cat pajama levels. I can't really make it any clearer. That's what you want to pay attention to. I think that you're exhausted here. I think the market's a little exhausted. I know people got super, it's so funny because people got super annoyed yesterday. They're like, oh, now he's bearish. I'm like, you guys realize the market's dynamic, right? You got to go with what the market's doing, not what you want it to do. So, when you look at the market and you run up to a level that you've rejected at a couple times, if you don't acknowledge the fact that you're rejecting again, as Buffett says, if you're playing poker, you don't know who the fool at the table is, it's you. So just be cognizant of that. You really have to understand that the market is a moving, breathing beast, and it's just trying to figure out how to screw you, for lack of a better term. Excuse my language, ladies. But that's all it's trying to do. It's trying to figure out how it's going to take money from you. Just think about it like that. And if you think about it that way, it makes a hell of a lot more sense. So, here's your point of control again, and you can see how you're holding that level. You do not want to break that. You do not want to break that. You do not want to get below that. You still have net buyers, and I'm not so sure it's going to be a free for all if you do break it in this kind of market, but you really don't want to start getting below where everyone's got a net loss on the market here. You just don't want to be there. So that's not going to be good if that happens. Just FYI. So these are your key levels. I also think that people are grossly underestimating what they're saying with, this is my opinion, they're grossly underestimating what they're saying with China, where China is saying, we don't want your chips. So the growth that's supposed to come from these companies, they want to build up their own chips and their own dependence. And anybody would want to do that. Any country would want to do that. So I don't really view that as a hostile act, that's what they want to do. That said, it's not going to happen. They're not going to be able to compete. I know they're going to say they're going to be able to compete, just like, DeepSeek is running on, 3 hamsters and a Pop-Tart. Everyone else needs to spend hundreds of billions of dollars, but not DeepSeek. Okay. So if you take a look here, that's your 630. That is your call wall up there. 626, you keep breaking it, right? Breaks over, bam, bam. So once again, you could either acknowledge what's happening, or you could just tell yourself this isn't happening and be the ostrich. The ostrich gets their head cut off. So, they just don't see it coming. But if we look at this, you have an issue, and you can either identify that you have an issue, or you can pretend that you don't, but you have one. So I just think you're better off just dealing with it head on, candidly. I don't think there's really anything else to say about it. If I go here and drop the Qs and you look at the levels, like it's not rocket science. Here you are again. There's point of control. You're sitting right on it. You're trying your best to hold that level. And then if you go up here, you have that value high and you've been unable to get and stay above that. I'm not so sure what's going to happen on a Tuesday before earnings. These things block blue light. Sometimes they block everything else. I'm not really sure what's going to happen ahead of earnings here Wednesday, and the FOMC itchy speech the dot plot that's going to make everybody go, you know what I really need to do? I need to commit a ton of capital ahead of this. So I really think you're better off just allowing today to play out and then kind of looking at this and saying, all right, how do I get involved? I don't think it's anything more than that. I truly don't. I don't think that you want to be doing a whole heck of a lot here and convince yourself that like, oh, I got to do this or I just don't think it's worth it personally. If you look at this, you have the same exact levels that you're dealing with right now. So I think that this is a much better way of, visually looking at what's going on out there. I'm going to take questions because I do have to go at 9 because I am missing somebody. Also, I would say something. The volume on retail from questions and things is super light right now. So I always look at that stuff too. It's all about the Fed, I agree. Twillo's like M&A is definitely picking up. Like people are not getting this WBD and how big this is, that you have $100 billion deals that are trying to go through. And people are trying to explain to you that we're going into a recession. I don't view it that way. I do think that the Fed could smoke us tomorrow by just saying we're going to do one rate cut and that's it. And now we're going to take a wait and see approach. And I think the market gets smoked. I know people don't want to hear that, but it is what it is. Wow. Some people get so angry. So angry. Why are you so angry? I don't really see the reason that I have to own this. Like, I don't really see it, John. Like, maybe it works. Maybe. I got 2 bars up here that ran into that wall, but I could never get above this control bar. So, I mean, there's your issue. What if we just did this? What happens? There you go. So you just make sure you stay above that. You got to stay above this 124. Crazy that from that peak, the volume profile sits right there. Yeah, I mean, there it is. This bar is still in control. The majority of everything you're doing, you came out of it. You can't close under it, right? And you can't close above it. Pardon me. So that's your bar. That's how I say it. APP looks like a beast. Absolute beast, but I hit the call wall and then I just stopped dead. So this is actually a great spot to look at. If you're short or thinking of shorting it, like this is where it starts getting super interesting. Up here. I'm not so sure that that's what I would do, but it's definitely an area where you hit and then like you stop dead. And I think that's probably it. Unless they're going to try to move you here. Let me see something real quick for you on that, John. I'll just go look at the option market real quick. Nah, man, you're not moving. That's not moving. I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I don't think you're moving from there. I really don't. Um, that's actually probably not the worst area to look at actually shorting it. I should have stayed short in the video. Short it in here. I got bored. I closed it. This APP is interesting, maybe from a short perspective. Let me see something here. I'm seriously thinking of opening an office, like a trading office. I had all these people that came down here for it's not giving me what I want, John. Stay with me 1 second. I just want to see something for you about this, just to see how people are positioning themselves. Also because I'm being selfish, also because I'm interested. I got to blow my nose. Pardon me. They're ridiculously cheap. Calls are ridiculously cheap. So I don't know, dude. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. But I don't know if I want to do it in Miami or New York. But if I do it, I'm wrestling with that. Calls are really cheap in this, like really freaking cheap, dude. The 1 month IV is at 3. What is it at? Wow, dude. Like they're insanely cheap. Nobody thinks this thing's going anywhere. You're supposed to buy calls, calls when you see this. I'm looking at shorting it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I gotta look at this. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I should be shorting it. The option market tells me different. What's up, JL? Can I have a JOB? No. I like it. I own it because I think it's gonna be cool to fly in them. Technically, you've got so many issues. That's got more issues than me dating. Like that thing's got problems. No, this is a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Yeah, I actually think NVIDIA's in a lot of trouble, technically. So the Peace guy, to me, I actually think people are going to look back at this and go, I can't believe I could have bought this here. I think if you look at Peace Guy and think about they're going to win, they're going to get WB Day. right? Which, like, this is where my head goes with this. And this is why I get kind of frustrated, because I look at this and go, they're going to win. And if they don't win, NVIDIA is still going to have to raise their offer. Or NVIDIA, I got NVIDIA on the brain. Netflix is still going to have to raise their offer because they're going to go hostile. So that means, like, yeah, we want $30 a share. So if you're a shareholder, you want $30 a share, right? I mean, do you want 27? Like, do you know, like, of course you're going to say, no, don't give me more money. Like, no, I don't want cash. So the big shareholders might not, but this is really going to be, I think it's really bad for Netflix. I don't think these guys thought this through at all, because they're going to be, like, the amount of scrutiny that they're going to get involved with now. Like, they opened up the door to be scrutinized. Like, I just don't think they got it. I don't know, man. Like, these people are so much, I think they're so much smarter than me sometimes, but I don't think they got what they did. So it's not going to go through. Even like these guild associations don't want it to go through. Like, they're scared to death of this deal. I mean, when's the last time, like, Martin Scorsese came out and said something about a mergers and acquisition? Like, it's a problem. So, it's so interesting to me, because I think if you think it through, like, I own Peace Guy, so everyone knows this, or, that's in the community. But, like, I think Peace Guy gets it, or they get parts of it, and Netflix gets parts of it, and that's how it gets done. But it gets done with a 3 handle. That's what I think may happen. That's how I say it. The more I think about it. No. Yeah, the Bitcoin bear pendants there, I'm really hoping that it cracks so I can buy more of it. People always have this weird feeling about it, like, oh, I want to buy it when it breaks out. Like, if you love it, I remember talking to, like, all these crypto heads here, and, like, I thought you loved this. I thought that was it. Down with fiat. And then it became something completely different. It became, please, BlackRock, please bail us out. Only you can save us. So when I look at something like this, I want this thing to get smoked. Like, if you want to buy gold and store it, don't you want it as cheap as humanly possible? So when you go through the chart and you look at this historically, like, if I just went to this feed, hold on, I'll show you this because I think it's important. Keep drawing. And then we'll go to, there it is. And if I just go to these levels, I'll just do it for here. But if I go to these levels, right, and we just drop them when it's there, and it's not that often. Like, is this a fairly good time long-term to buy Bitcoin? Yeah, it is. The question is, are you looking longer term, or are you trying to, like, whack it around? If you're trying to whack it around and you're doing that into a bear pendant, because, like, the bear pendant to me is, like, if you really like it and you buy it, do you really care if you're spending 90 or 70 if it's going to 500,000 and you really think that that's what's going to happen? I personally think the demand that people thought they were going to see is not going to be there. It's going to take a lot longer for people to wrap their noodle around that. But if we take a look at this, yeah, I think you have a bear pendant here. Yeah, I think it can break. Yeah, I think it's a problem. From that standpoint, from a shorter term standpoint, yeah, I think it's then you got a real issue on your hands here, the way that's developing. And the best thing that could happen is it breaks it, and then it bounces from there and traps everybody. Like, that would be awesome. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you get there. Yeah, I mean, I want it to crack too. I think that this kind of stuff that people are really overlooking, like, really overlooking this kind of stuff. I know I am. I know I'm overlooking the Ciscos and the IBMs of the world. I know I'm overlooking it. I thought a lot about this last night when I do my thinking. You know, it's an issue. Yeah, the silver trade, I mean, it's just a monster, dude. Absolute monster trade. Good morning, not from Miami. Good morning from Miami. Good morning from North Carolina. I was just there. It was freezing. I had to wear a jacket. It was ridiculous. Really? Already. I was having such a good time. What's up, Trader Benny? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Was it ripping? Was it making it rain? Woot woot. Dude, you were in heaven for 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes of heaven? Not now. I don't know, bro. What was the news? CoreWeave expands mission control, ground control to Major Tom. CoreWeave prices upsize convertible senior notes offering. All right, so let's go look at let's see if we can get your terms. CoreWeave today priced its private offering principal 1.75%. Offering was upsized, so you had demand. Okay, it doesn't convert to $107. So the conversion doesn't even happen to 107. And you had demand. You might lift on this, now that it's over. So it might be worth watching this today. Let's take a look at this Trader Benny and see what's going on. There's your answer. So you're definitely in play today. Let's dive into this. Let's do more of this. I love when we can do stuff together. Yay, teamwork. 100? No, I don't think you're getting there. I don't think you're getting the 70 either. Stay with me. Don't go to the light, children. Stay with me. If you get over 90, 95 is going to be a magnet. I don't see. Usually people buy the convert and then they're going to short the stock because they can buy the convert, get paid, short the stock, but their hedge is at 107. Right, because that's when they can do the convert. So they buy the convert and then they short the stock. The problem with that is you're $20 off. So it doesn't really, it's probably not going to work there the same way. What's going on? Good morning, Brad. Morning, John. No, I'll never have a good afternoon like that. Good morning from Guam. Good morning from Miami. That's the best profile picture ever. Did you see that? Did you see that yesterday? Monument. Did you see this? Look at it. So everybody should pay attention to what he just said. Okay. So, anyone see this? Anyone see how this lifted yesterday? You guys should be looking at Move every single day. It'll make your life so much easier. Why'd you turn negative? I'm not negative. But Move ticked up. VIX ticked up. And you want me to feel warm and fuzzy? Yeah, it's not going to happen, man. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. All right. But Move ticked up. Like, it is what it is, man. Stop it. No, they didn't. Say it ain't so, dude. Glenn, tell me you're lying. Tell me I don't own a glass company. Oh, damn it. Oh, they're different. They're not as hideous. I mean, come on, man. Come on, guys. Come on. Really? Where are they? Is this them? Is this what they look like? Is that what I'm gonna have coming at me all over the street? It's exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. UMAC. What's up, Richard? Hopefully you got better news than my largest position coming out with Google glasses. I hope you guys are joking. No. You know, I thought this might be the cat's pajamas. I was all excited by this one. And then it just did that and smashed all my hopes and dreams. I still have it buried somewhere. Good morning from Navarre. I don't even know where that is, buddy. Anybody know where that is? I'm sorry, guys. You're going to get the autonomous community of Spain, a landlocked feral autonomous community of Providence in northern Spain bordering Basque. Wow, this looks amazing. Well, you have nice. That's amazing. Is this where you are? Not that you're at this particular place, but tell me that that's Navarre Beach. That's not where you are, right? Or is that where you are? Where are you? Navarre. Are you at the beach? Or are you in Spain? That's Florida's beach. That beach is beautiful. It's the one thing about Miami. Like, I love Miami, but West Coast, Gulf of Mexico, so much nicer and 10 degrees warmer. It's just, I love Naples there, but it's too older. But maybe I got to deal with it. I am a boomer. I'll just do that. I'll be like the youngest boomer. I'll rule the boomers. What else you got? I think if people see, here's the issue, Ian. Tomorrow you get a dot plot. They have to explain the dot plot, right? Oh my God. I stayed up late with the damn Eagles game. Tomorrow you get the dot plot and you get him explaining the dot plot. And that's going to go out to 26 and 27. There's this approach that he's a lame duck. He's not a lame duck. I don't see him that way. Well, people keep forgetting about like the Hassett stuff. Like, the thing about it is, it's still a committee, you know. I don't know. You'd have to give me a symbol. Spot bro, the best advice I could give you, the best advice that I could give you with this, if I could give you any like friendly advice, since we don't give financial advice, the best thing that I could do as a friend is tell you to buy it. And then just when it drops, buy more. Like, it is almost impossible to trade, in my opinion. It's too thin. There's too many other factors with the dollar and the krona, and there's all kinds of stuff. So what I've found the most valuable thing for me to do is, it got smoked. Remember, they were given like Harry and what's his name, her name, that chick from Suits. They gave her that podcast. They give everybody a podcast, give them all like hundreds of millions of dollars. And then I guess the guy woke up like this was a really stupid idea. And then he just started getting, more like Rogan, Tim Dillon, and just giving people good deals. I don't see anyone that's going to challenge them. Like, there's two apps. Like, if you really go through it and you look at your phone, like, what are the two, or what's the app that you can't get rid of? I really think it's YouTube, and then it's Spotify. But it might, for me, even be, Spotify's up there, man. But it's there. It's definitely there. Everything else you could get rid of. Like, if you really think about it. I have to be careful there because I got institutions buying these damn things. I was reading a report last night that like, and I don't know why he's doing it, but he knows more than me. And I have to recognize that he knows more than me. Like, I don't understand why Ken Griffin's buying this. I don't understand why Ken Griffin's buying this, but he is. So what the heck? Because he knows more than I do. Like, you have to understand, like, they know more than I do. You know, you have to understand that. Like, I've learned that a long time ago. I lost a lot of money in my life, like betting against people that were way smarter than me instead of trying to figure out where they were coming from and just saying I'm right, they're wrong. I know that's how I got like this whole like Bruce Lee be like water thing. But when I look at stuff like this, like these things are setting up to go. And I don't know if it's because of this, but like, look, it's the same pattern, right? All over the place. But they're the two that he's buying, just FYI. And I'm, you know, I did very, very well. You know, I don't think you're really there, buddy. Unless they did a split of some kind. Maybe they split it. Did they split it? Is that what they're doing? Splitting it? Reverse split or something? You must do a reverse split or something. I did very well shorting this. I have very little left. I should probably look at what they're doing to my stock. Very little left. But I shorted this up here because I'm like, this thing's a pig. It's going to zero. You know, I mean, I do that all the time. And then I'll turn around and buy the stock. But there's something going on there. So I don't know. I don't know that that's where we're going. Like I look at Quantum and I want to buy IBM because that's the name. So I don't know, man. I don't know that we're there yet. I think everybody is overlooking that. I 100% agree with this statement. I'm doing it too. I ran charts this weekend. I literally ran charts this weekend, and this is exactly what I was thinking. I don't know what it's doing, bro. You know, I don't know. I'm wondering if is it moving because of the Japanese yen? I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm a little concerned about what we're saying. I don't think it's a perfect pair trade because it's cash. But I think you have to like this is my thought on it. And I don't know why he said this. Oh, I don't really like either side. Well, one side was like cheering against you openly in public, the Netflix people. And then the other side is your son-in-law. So I don't really understand why you came up with the comment. And Ellison, who, you guys are pretty much eye to eye on a lot of stuff. So I don't know what you mean that you don't get along with the other side. I think that it doesn't matter what I think. Here's where my head is. I think that WBD has to get done higher than 2750. That's what I think. I do think that. I also think it's not going to Netflix as a whole, which probably means Peace Guy is going to benefit greatly in some way. That's what I think. So Guam is gorgeous, is it? Yeah, he doesn't have a girlfriend, does he, Monica? He doesn't have a girlfriend. Tell him that's why. What's up, Mon? I don't know anything about that. If you're in Spain, yeah. It's beautiful. Peter's attic. I didn't know Google had him either. It makes me sad. Does it? It looks beautiful. That's got to be the West Coast, right? Looking like that? Is that where it is? The West Coast? Yeah. Oh, I see where you are. You're in the Panhandle. That's amazing, man. That's just so pretty. Going from Cons. I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure that part of it out. I own Google. I'm really trying to figure out. Oh, it's not. It's Portugal. I gotcha. There was something here I really wanted to go over. I don't think you should time this. I don't think you should time that. I really don't think you should be timing Google. I think you're doing yourself a disservice unless you're trying to day trade it. And I find that one very hard. I got to jump, guys. I'm super late and I don't have like the concierge guy with me this week. All right. Make good choices.